incredible amounts of value. It brings different colleagues from different spheres together. While we may target different analytes and compounds in our analyses, we in principle use the same kind of techniques and technologies, whether it be in the sample prep or analysis. So it allows that kind of collaboration and discussion and networking that's really important amongst African scientists.
First of all, it's important to meet researchers from different facilities, different institutions, to see what instruments are available, what services they can deliver, and how we can reach out, us with instruments, to those without the instruments, to reach out to their research and see how we can add value to them.
Well, I think it creates a network, it gives us a platform so that we can interact with like-minded people that's interested in the same work that we do, and there's so many different applications also.
So I think the biggest value that these kind of meetings bring to African scientists is the ability for less experienced analysts to get in front of more experienced operators to ask questions that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get answers to in a one-on-one setting.
The user meeting will definitely help to expand one's knowledge in the use, maintenance and applications of the SCIEX instruments.
I think the user meetings are always great to get scientists together, to make them talk to each other and work together on and form relationships with each other to bring science forward. That's what we see happening all over the world, and so it will happen here as well. That's my strongest belief. I also believe that as a supplier in this field, we need to give back to the community, and organizing these user meetings is one way of doing it.
So our workflow is quite complicated in that we're looking for very low abundance peptides in proteinaceous matrices. And one of the great technologies that SCIEX have introduced is the MS3 capability that our instrument has, that allows us to boost the signal from and positively identify very low abundance targets in a complex matrix.
Well, our research that I'm involved with are very diverse, and we have found that the instruments that SCIEX sells through separations are very reliable, very robust. Downtime is limited because they just keep going, and they offer instrument for every need that we have, whether it is quantitative or qualitative. There is an instrument for that.
SCIEX technology has always been set up to support research in a way not for the sake of technology, but finding solutions for real problems that scientists struggle with, and improving workflows over time. I've been working with SCIEX equipment since 2003, and over the years I've seen improvements on real aspects and areas where we were struggled with. It now takes a few hours to kind of what we have taken days in the past to try and accomplish.
Well, without the technology, it would not be possible to do this work. So this is the foundation of what we do. We measure the drugs. It's a clinical pharmacology lab. We measure the drugs. We produce raw data for our pharmacometricians to develop their models. So this is what we do. These are wonderful instruments. They're robust, they're sensitive, they're selective. All the good things that you read in the literature when it comes to assays. These instruments can do all of that. So we produce raw data for the pharmacometrics people, and they then develop these models.
I would say it's reliable, I have to use two words, and long-lasting.
In one word, robust.
Innovative.
I think the word I would choose is pioneering.
Well, I've been working with these systems for more than 20 years, and the first thing that comes up in my mind is robustness.
Workhorse.
There's a lot of words one can use to describe SCIEX technology, but for me it would be support. You can have the greatest piece of equipment and technology in the world, but without great support it means nothing. And I've always felt that SCIEX go out of the way and go that extra mile to assist scientists and researchers in general to get the best or the most from the equipment that they acquire.
Innovative. The technology has put our lab in a position where we reach limits that our competitors can't.
Well, we at Separations are passionate about science and innovation and seeing our customers succeed. So we pride ourselves on offering simply spectacular products, support and commercial services.
I believe Separations is passionate about supporting African scientists in order to enable them to do the science on the continent, to give them the tools and the knowledge to do the work here instead of shipping it across the globe. I think COVID in 2020 taught us to become self-reliant on the African continent. We have a diverse population, lots of challenges, so the more we can do locally, the better for us in the long run.
SCIEX is passionate about specifically investing in African scientists because SCIEX, our core, even in our name, is about scientific exchange. And what we want to do is develop this relationship with the African community where we exchange our knowledge and pass it on for increased human health, food safety, and growing this important region scientifically as good partners.
Well, EVOSEP is passionate about that, making proteomic science easy for everyone and attainable for everyone. So in Africa, we're working with some very excellent scientists to make it easy to get closer to clinical protein diagnostics, and this is the goal of EVOSEP as a company.
I think African scientists for very long have not been or have had access to the necessary funding, have not necessarily had access to resources, maybe operated in slightly isolated pockets. And investing time and effort into it means you want to show these scientists that they've got access to the exact same world-class facilities that anyone in Europe and US, any developed region has. In general, us as Separations with our colleagues EVOSEP and SCIEX have been kind of at the forefront of wanting to bring the newer, the more state-of-the-art type of technologies to the shores, but at the same time also ensure that people are utilizing their infrastructure. And I think that's very important because there's a lot of systems that are being donated by various foundations that we also find are being underutilized. And by making sure that we work with people that are either acquiring their platforms by us or through some kind of an organization, we have a duty in general to make sure that we bring that across and we empower them. Also our YouTube channel and a lot of the teaching initiatives, our training academy, all of these things are things we're putting into place, formalizing collaborations, training collaborations with the various people that we work with has been great. And I think anyone that, in this case, as SCIEX, you're almost part of the family. You have a SCIEX, you have an EVOSEP, we make sure that you get the family treatment. So yeah.